Hello and welcome to English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Bear. We are on lesson 9 of our unit, No Flies Fly into a Closed Mouth, as part of the Engage New York module about how authors present details to develop and refine claims. So you know what that means. Our final lesson, lesson 10, you will be writing your final task for this unit, and you can see that task on your board. You are going to rely on your reading and analysis of A Genetics of Justice to write a well-developed response to the prompt. How does the sentence, "No flies fly into a closed mouth," from paragraph 21, develop and refine one of Alvarez's ideas in A Genetics of Justice? You should be prepared with all of the reading, analysis, and text annotation tools, all of the things that you have been putting together in your binder. You should be prepared to write that essay. In fact, you probably should already have some ideas, as we do discuss these every single time that we meet. So let's look at today's agenda and how we're going to prepare for tomorrow's end of the unit task. You are going to finish out listening to a masterful reading. We will do some reading and discussion. You will have another quick write, and then we will close with a little bit of homework. And you know, when we're this close to the end, your homework is going to be basically a preparation for this task. So hopefully your teacher will allow you to bring your binder home so you can begin organizing your notes in preparation for the essay that you will be writing in class the next time that we meet. So let's look at, oh yeah, you didn't have any homework last night, so no homework. We don't have to go over any accountability. So let's move straight into our masterful reading, and we're going to listen to the last few paragraphs of Alvarez's text. Great job. Now I want you to work with a partner or small group, and I want you to reread paragraphs 27 and 28 and answer the questions on your board. Five short questions, so you know I'm going to need 2 volunteers to lead the class discussion on these. So let's look at the first 3 questions and our first volunteer to lead that discussion. Fantastic job. Now let's look at the second set of questions for this section. If I can have another volunteer to lead the discussion in these 2 questions. Good job. Now I want you to go back to your partner or small group, and I want you to complete your Central Ideas tracking tool for paragraphs 26 through 28. Good job. I know you've got some great information there. I do want to let you know that your teacher has a resource with lots of information, kind of as they would call a masterful completion of this Central Ideas tracking tool. And so hopefully the teacher is sharing some of those ideas with you, and he or she is adding to theirs. So let's move into our next section, or final section of A Genetics of Justice. I want you to stay with your group, and I want you to reread paragraphs 29 through 31 and answer the questions on your board. Our last 5 questions of this unit. So what I'd like for you to do, I need again 2 more volunteers. The first person to lead the discussion for the first 3 questions, and then another volunteer for the second 2. Let's start with these. Fantastic job. You guys have got a lot of energy today. Y'all are ready to start writing, aren't you? So let's get another volunteer to lead the discussion for the last 2 questions of this unit. Great job. All right, now get back with your partner or small group and complete your Central Ideas tracking tool for paragraphs 29 through 31. Great job. Now it is time to move into our quick write of the day. So I want you to think about how Alvarez refines a central idea of the text in paragraphs 27 through 31. As always, you can go back to your annotations and tools to find evidence. I'm so proud of the work you guys have done today. Tomorrow is going to be a really good day. I know that you guys are prepared, but I want you to put some things together and get ready for your essay writing tomorrow. And you know that I'm going to give you some homework, and you will be able to meet with a small group and talk about the ideas that you gathered and some of the thoughts that you have before I just push you out to write your essay. So let's look at some things I'd like for you to do this evening. First, I want you to reread A Genetics of Justice. I want you to organize and expand your notes and annotation in preparation for that end of unit assessment. Also, reread the essay and annotate for the idea of justice and how Alvarez develops that idea throughout her essay. Until next time, happy learning.